Hello everybody, today we're doing a video for GTA Car Kits in a 2016 BMW X1, and today we're going to show you how to install our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto kit. As you can see, it's already installed into this car. It's been paired to iPhone wirelessly. You can also pair it to your Android phone wirelessly. The entire system gets controlled with the original BMW controls here in the center console. So you're able to press and hold the back button here and switch back to the original BMW system. So nothing gets disabled. Now you just have an extra function that you didn't have before, in which you're able to use CarPlay and Android Auto. All of the audio is done through the original Bluetooth of the car, so the sound quality stays the same. You don't need to wire any extra microphones. The original rearview cameras will also work the same way. And now we're going to show you how to install it in this car. So the tools we're going to use is a T20 Torx on this small ratchet. We also have a T27 Torx. We have 8mm socket. We have our panel removal tool, and we have a T20 Torx on this screwdriver, and of course you're going to need our product. We're going to start using our panel removal tool, and we're going to remove this trim over here. So it comes all together with all these buttons, only held on clips. There's top 3 clips here on top, and then there's 2 on the sides. So we're going to use our panel removal tool. We're going to carefully insert it towards the bottom here to start unclipping it, and at the same time I'm pulling it with my other hand. Work your way around the top. Now we're going to go to the other side. Carefully unclip it over here, because the top clips are clipped into the vents. So you're going to push the vents down and then unclip this panel on top. As you can see, these are the top 3 clips. There's ones on the side. So now we need to disconnect the connections. So there's this one right here. Squeeze it on both sides. This one here, you just pull on it. And this one for the light, we're just going to remove the entire thing. You're going to separate it with your finger and take it out like that. Now we can remove the vents along with this trim panel, as it comes out as one piece. So we'll start from here with using our fingers. Just pull on it and work your way towards the passenger side. And there are 2 connections at the back. So there's one right here for the hazard switch. At the bottom it has a clip that you have to squeeze and disconnect. And over here there's a clip for the ambient lighting. Just pull on it and we'll disconnect. Over here, this is our head unit where we're going to be doing some of the connections. So we need to remove the 2 T20 Torx bolts on each side. Now we need to remove the 2 T20 Torx that are underneath the screen, because we're going to be removing the screen. So now we're going to grab the screen on both sides and just lift it up and carefully turn it around. And there's this video cable connection that we need to disconnect. So you're going to press the clip, and at the same time we're going to use our panel removal tool here, careful on the side, to wiggle this connection out, and it will come out. Now we can pull the head unit out, and we're going to show you where we're going to be doing our connection. So this is the main quad lock harness. This is where we're going to plug in our harness later. And then this LVDS cable from the screen, it's going to actually be getting plugged into our module. So we're going to take it out behind the dash and bring it out here. So then we're going to be able to feed it towards the glove box. Now we're going to show you everything that comes in our kit. So you have your user manual. We have our video cable. We have our main wiring harness. We have our USB cable, which we're going to install into the glove box. We have our wireless antenna, and of course we have our main module. Now we're going to open up our glove box. Over here, first thing that we're going to remove is that fuse box cover. And now we need to remove all the bolts that are on the inside. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. There's also the 5th one right there in that hole. So we're going to use our T20 Torx and remove all of them. And the last one is right there inside. Here we're also going to remove this cover by using our panel removal tool. So just start over here on the corner and unclip it and take it out. So this is our 8mm socket with an extension. So we're going to go underneath, and there are 2 nuts that we need to remove. So there's one right here closer to the door. This is what they look like. And then the second one is right there. Now we're going to use our panel removal tool, and we're going to drop the first cover here I'm gonna get underneath. As you can see, the one that is further away drops first. And now we can remove this cover. It's just held on clips because we removed the two nuts. And now we're able actually to reach our airbag. Before we're gonna get to the airbag, we're gonna remove one more bolt that holds the glove box. Again, it's a T20 right here. As you can see, the glove box now moves, but the airbag is in the way for it to come out nicely without damaging anything. That's why we're gonna drop the airbag, and we're gonna use a T27 Torx. So there are two bolts that hold the airbag in. So there's one closer to the door. So we're gonna start with that one. We're gonna first find our second bolt right here, and then we're gonna hold the airbag with our hand, and at the same time unscrew it. And now we're just gonna carefully put the airbag down. We don't need to disconnect it, it's just fine right there. And now we can grab the glove box, and it comes out easily now. And there are only two connections here that you need to disconnect. One is for the light, you just pull on it, and the second one is for the glove box open sensor. So again, now you can remove the glove box. So now we can install our main quad lock harness, and then we're also going to install the video cable at the back of the head unit, because those two will go behind the glove box. We're actually going to hide our module right here behind this dashboard piece. So we'll pull this stereo out carefully, and we will disconnect the original quad lock harness. So you have to undo this clip all the way and then disconnect the connection. So this is the one that is going to go into our harness. So we're going to take the female end of our harness, connect it here, make sure that it's unlocked, and then you lock it in place so it's all the way in. And now our end of the harness, make sure that it's open, and then lock it in place. And then this end of our harness, we're going to feed behind the dashboard, and we're going to catch it on the inside. There you go. So this is the video cable that came with our kit. So on one end it's a straight end, on the other end it's a 90-degree end. So the 90-degree end we have to feed behind the dash and up towards the screen. So we'll do that right now. If you remember, we removed the original LVDS cable, and ours will replace the original one. So we'll just leave it here. And so now behind the stereo you end up with the original one, and this is ours. So both of these have to go into the module. So we'll feed them one by one, like we did with our main harness. We'll feed them here behind the glove box. At this point we can reinstall the screen because we already fed our video cable here. So we'll plug it in at the bottom of the screen and carefully put the screen in and make sure that it clips down. Now we can slide back our head unit, and for it to fit you got to make sure that our extra quad lock harness goes below the head unit, because there's plenty of space below. And once you push it down, then you're able to put the head unit in. You can also look at the bottom here to rearrange the harness. As you can see, we're able to put the head unit all the way back. So for this particular car, we're gonna set all of the dip switches to off because it has a smaller 6.5-inch display. So once the switches are set correctly, now we're able to connect everything to the module. So we'll start with the power harness. This is our video cable. So you have to match the burgundy to burgundy LVDS. This is the original cable from this car. And this is the one that came with our kit. And on the other side, the two things that we end up with that we also need to connect is our wireless antenna and our USB cable. So we're ready now to hide our module. So on one side we have our USB and the antenna, so we're going to leave that for the glove box, but then the rest, all of this, we're going to hide over here behind this dashboard piece. So carefully maneuver all the wires, that's all nice and neat, and then you're going to put the module towards the top, and there's a nice spot that it just tucks in there, and it's not going to move around at all, and it's not in a way for the glove box to go back in. So now we need to connect these two connections here at the back of this panel. So we're not going to connect the LED light because we're just doing testing for now, and we're gonna just secure it here. And this is good enough for us to test everything before we assemble everything back. So we turn on our ignition. As you can see, the original BMW system loaded as before. So you're gonna test everything to be working fine here. This phone is what we're gonna pair to our kids. So make sure that it's still paired to the original BMW system by Bluetooth for sound. And over here now, we're gonna press and hold the back button. And now you're gonna see an extra mode which you didn't have before. So this is for our kids. So later you can go in settings and pair it wirelessly. But for now, we're gonna connect it by the wire. You gotta make sure that it starts charging, and then CarPlay will appear. So here you will test the controls, so everything works. You're gonna test the sound. So the sound will go through the original Bluetooth of the car. Once you tested those things, we can turn everything off and assemble the car. So this USB cable, which is gonna drop in the glove box. If you remember, we removed that cover for the fuse box. And the antenna, you can just hide over here on top of the glove box. And you can use some cable tie to make all of these wires more neat. And at this point, we're gonna start lifting the glove box back in. And don't forget to do these two connections here. So one is for the light. The other one is right there for that sensor. Carefully put the glove box back in so it goes in perfectly. And just so we secure it so it doesn't drop on us, we're just gonna put one bolt here. So now we can put the airbag back in, and don't forget to secure it with these two bolts. Now this is the bolt underneath the glove box, the T20. Now we need to reinstall this cover. So first you need to line it up with the two studs that are sticking out. So remember the 8mm nuts. So you line it up with that on both sides. And then once it's lined up, this is where you push it up and clip it in. Now you can lift up this cover here. Also line it up with the sticking out studs. Once it's in, now we can put in the two 8mm nuts that hold it in place. Now we need to reinstall the rest of the bolts on the inside of the glove box. Here we will put in the fuse box cover. Make sure that the USB cable is out. And as you can see, it covers it nicely. You can just keep it in there. Now we will reinstall this side cover here. So put in the top here, line up the clips, and push it in. And now we can reinstall the weather stripping here. On the inside, we need to reinstall the two bolts that hold the screen in place. Two more bolts for the head unit. So these are our vents. So first we'll connect the ambient light connection here. Then we're gonna bring it closer, and here we need to reconnect our hazard switch. And carefully put everything in. Make sure that this wire doesn't get caught behind. Line everything up and just push it all in. Here we're gonna reinstall back our ambient light. So make sure you put it on the side and then push it all the way in. And you can also look from the bottom to make sure that it lines up perfectly. And then we have two more connections and the one on top. We need to clip it back in, so we'll start at the top here and then we will do the sides. And the bottom. So now it's all clipped in. So the installation has been completed. We paired the iPhone wirelessly to the system, and now you can enjoy Apple CarPlay or Android Auto in your BMW X1. I hope you liked the video, and we'll see you next time.